Yeah, so obviously the best example I can think of that is a rental property where the self-employed individual owns a rental, and obviously they get rental income from it, and obviously there's an element of rental expenditure, whether that be for renovations, repairs and maintenance, anything besides that. They could have taken it on from a previous tenant or a previous owner, and then obviously they've done their own renovations. Now obviously that is all allowable for tax purposes. So in a situation where you've got income of say £10,000, which is obviously rent, and you might have expenses of say £20,000, you would be in a loss situation, i.e. £10,000. That isn't £10,000 that you're going to get back on a tax return. That is £10,000 that can be carried forward as a loss on a continuous basis. So on the next year, you might be in profit, for example, of £8,000 for argument's sake. You've got that £10,000 to be brought forward. So £8,000 of that can be used against that profit, which then means effectively that cancels out any tax you pay on your rentals. A tax refund, which is what some clients get confused between, I've spent £10,000 on a rental, why am I not getting £10,000 back from HMRC? You only get a tax refund if you've paid tax in that year. So if, for example, you've got rental income and expenditure and PAYE income, for argument's sake, so i.e. on a payroll, and you've overpaid tax, or the same situation where you've gone from employment to self-employment during that year, and in fact you've been taxed on a normal cumulative basis on your normal tax code, then that is also a point where you would maybe get an overpayment of tax, which would then mean a tax refund. The differences between them are is if you make a loss on a rental property and you are due a tax refund, they aren't the same thing. So a loss in that situation can be used going forward, which effectively saves your tax going forward. Whereas if you've overpaid tax, that's when your tax refund comes into it. You can only get a tax refund if you've paid tax in the first place.